All right. So, welcome everybody. Tonight is our glow up for essential and certified consultants. My name is Dawn Spencer. I'm a superstar director in Gurnee, Illinois, which is just north of Chicago, kind of right in the middle of Chicago and Milwaukee. Um, I'm so excited you guys came to join us tonight. This is our second chance one. We did one last week on Monday, and we had a couple of technical issues. So it actually didn't get recorded, but I'm for sure getting it recorded right now. So I think we're good. I think we're good. So I just wanted to commend you all for taking the time to join us today. This is going to be a 30-minute training. So it's going to be fast and to the point, and hopefully you guys walk away with some really great information. So are you guys all essentials and certified? Who here is an essential? Raise your hand. Who's a certified? Certified? Okay. So if you're I know there's some people that aren't showing their face, but if you're an essential, that means that you haven't sold $1,000 yet. And so once you hit 1,000 in sales, and that means that you're certified. And then for those that are certified, that just means that you have your forever raise and you're making your 25%. So congratulations for doing that. Okay, so I'm going to share a screen with you guys. And I have so many screens up, it's kind of like my brain at the moment. So I hope I can do this without messing it up. Let's see. Okay. There we go. I think it worked. Oh, somebody's getting a kiss on the neck. I'm watching that, Kathy. Okay. So I love it. That's awesome. So I just wanted to start off with welcoming you all and explaining to you why you want to push to become a lead. So as a certified consultant or an essential consultant, you really can just make decent money selling Scentsy. You can make anywhere from 25 to 30% in commissions, and you can make an extra. So you get 25% once you're certified, and any month that you sell 2,000 or more, then you are going to get your extra 5% bonus from Scentsy for selling 2,000. So you can make decent money. We have some people in our teams that are selling like 2,000, 3,000. They're making anywhere from $600 to $1,000 just selling Scentsy. It's pretty good money, right? But then you say, well, why become lead? Well, for those of you that are wanting to build more of an income, this is a great way to build some extra income, because you're going to start making money off of anyone that signs up. For the most part, anybody that signs up underneath you. So as we say, you can make good money selling Scentsy, or you can have a blast and make great money building a team. I remember when I first started Scentsy, my goal was to grow a team. But that first few months, the first month or two before I think it was the first month, I thought, oh, it's pretty good money, but I want the real stuff. Like, I want to be making the thousands a month. And that's where this comes in. So, so now that you're certified, your next goal is lead, and the way to get there is to achieve every month selling 500 PRV. You cannot build a team and get paid off them without 500 PRV. That's your bare minimum. Your bare minimum. And I say bare minimum because you really should shoot for more. Because the more you sell, the more you make. The more you sell, the faster you promote. And the more you sell, you actually can get that 5% bonus, and it's going to push your your GWV up, which is your group wholesale volume. That's what everybody from yourself and everybody underneath you is selling. You also need to have one active front line to be able to hit lead. So you might have one person that just joined under you, or maybe has been under you for a while. You won't become a lead until they sell at least 200. in 1 month. And they're going to need to do that every month if you only have that one person on your team. That's why it's important that you build a team and you build it wide. I don't know if you guys have ever heard that, but building wide means that you focus on recruiting and you're focusing on building your team wide. So every person that you add is making your line longer and longer and longer, wider and wider and wider, I should say. You have people that will join Scentsy and they will maybe only have like 1 or 2 people join underneath them. So their line is not very wide. And then they might get like a rock star under them that is promoting a lot and is sponsoring a lot. And all of a sudden their organization is not wide. It's not very wide and it's very deep. And that's not a very healthy organization. You want to make sure that you're recruiting and being intentional about growing a team, which means you're going to be sharing the Scentsy blessing with people. So here's just an idea of someone that is a lead. A couple people that are leads that gave us a screenshot of their paycheck. So you can see that this first person, she sold 996 PRV. Her check was $264. She had one active frontline underneath her. That means one person that she personally recruited sold at least 200. So she got paid as a lead here. But she got paid as a lead. She would have made a lot more money if she would have sold, her PRV would have been 2,000. And obviously she would have made a lot more money if she had way more people on her team as well. But that's pretty decent money, especially when you're first starting, it's decent money. So, but then this other girl over here, she sold over 2,000. She has one active frontline and her check skyrocketed to $811 and 66 cents. Who could use an extra $800? I mean, hello. Yeah, I can. So you can gain so much more. Build that glow up one team member at a time. It's really, I remember when I first started and how overwhelmed I felt with thinking like, how am I ever going to get 100 people on my team? And I really just felt, I heard God. I don't know if you believe in a higher power, but I really did hear him or have him. It was like more of a showing me to take one step at a time, like not get too far ahead of myself, to focus on 2,000 in sales every month and to recruit 2 people a month. And that meant that I needed to be doing parties. I needed to be doing basket parties, home parties. Nowadays, it's more like online parties, Zoom parties, Facebook parties. My goal was to always have more parties than I needed. So if I knew I could get about on average $300 in sales at on an average party, my goal was to figure out, okay, so how many parties is that? So that would be about 7 parties to get to 2,000, right? But I need to also think about, well, some of those parties might be a flop and some of those parties, mainly it might get canceled or something. So I tried to always have 8 parties booked for the month between baskets and home. And I say basket and home parties because I joined back in 2008. So basket and home parties were super big then. Obviously, things have pivoted because of the pandemic, but we're still having great success and great sales just from doing Facebook parties and by doing fundraisers and by doing Facebook parties and basket parties and online parties. Like, people are buying the mess out of Scentsy. So don't let the pandemic make you think that people aren't buying. Actually, Scentsy is at a super crazy hyper growth right now. And it started last year when COVID happened, really, when the pandemic happened. So let's see. That being said, so I think what I was going to say is when I first started and first started building a team, I felt like in the beginning it was chump change. Okay. Like this little, like, I'd had two people on my team and I maybe made $30 from them. And I thought, okay, I know this is going to be really good at some point, but $30, I appreciate it. But I kind of wanted more. So I wanted to push for more. Okay. And that's good. That's a good drive to have, is that you want more, so that you can really get out of this business what you want to get out of it. This is a great tracking tool. So for those of you that are wanting to hit lead, which I'm assuming you are if you're on this call, here's just kind of a daily average, GWV average that you should be kind of tracking with. Now, some months are going to be a little different because of limited time offers and, maybe because a new catalog just came out or whatever. This is just kind of a guide. So don't let this discourage you if you're on day 10 of the month and you just are like, oh my gosh, I'm not even close. Don't let that discourage you. A lot happens the last week of the month. So this is just a really nice guide to go off of. And just so you know, so get familiar. I don't think I put this on here, but get familiar with the report tab. So you have the workstation, and I say get to that place where you're comfortable, like playing around with the report tab. And so you can start to see, you can see what your team is doing. You can see where your GWV is. You can see where your PRV is. So these are just numbers that you want to keep track of and keep an eye on so that you can see what your team is doing. And if you're wanting to know, like, how to better understand the reporting tab, there are so many great resources on our training center that will just walk you right through how to figure all that stuff out. Like I say, when people first start, start underneath me, I tell them that you just need to just absorb all the things from the training center. There's so much good stuff to learn, and just kind of get familiar with the workstation and all the resources that it has to offer. I got to move you guys over because I can't see my wording. Okay, so where to focus your efforts right now. So these are some things, just some great steps and some great tips to go, from here. Once you get off this Zoom, you can be like, okay, I have a plan of action. I know what to focus on. So if you haven't done so already, it's really, really crucial that you, sorry, I'm getting a text, that you put together your list of 100. Now, you might say, my friend circle is small. Well, I would say to you, did you know people in high school? Did you know people in a mom's group that you're in? Like, your circle is way bigger than you think. Take a look at your Facebook friend list. Most of you have more than 100 people on that list. So I would say go through that list on your Facebook contacts and just start writing people's names down. And that's a great place to start. And I think it's also a great place to start is making sure that that list of 100 includes your closest friends and your closest family members. They will not always support you, and that's okay, but a lot of times they will. So make sure that you're reaching out to them to do parties with you, to share the business opportunity with, and to allow them to purchase from you. I would say too, like if you get your list of 100, it should continue to grow. So you're always building the network. You're always, always, always building your network. And as you're writing your list down, I think it's really important that you write like either put a star next to the name of somebody that you think would really benefit from this business opportunity, and start sharing the business opportunity with those people that you could put a star next to. And honestly, majority of those people could probably benefit from getting extra income. So, but if you want to just break it, be particular and, just put a star next to the ones that you're like, for sure, um, it's people will not join your team unless you ask them. It's very, very rare that you get somebody that to start Scentsy underneath you, just random off, out of the blue, somebody that joins you. That's random. You have to get to the place where you're comfortable um, with asking people to if they would be interested in doing what you're doing, or if they would be interested in making extra income. Think of it how it would bring value to them and offer the opportunity. This is a relationship building business. So it's really important that you don't see the person as a dollar sign. You see a way for you to bring value to their life. Okay. And a lot of times, like people, like I just had someone share with me recent that a salesperson, they sell a different direct sales company. They do a different direct sales company, came up to them and befriended them. And she was so excited. She's like, I don't have a lot of friends. I really thought that she wanted to be my friend. And all she did was talk to me about her direct sales company and what I would buy from her. And she's like, I was so turned off by that because it wasn't authentic. It wasn't relationship oriented and value oriented for that. She felt like a dollar sign to this girl. So just make sure that it's authentic and that you are not making people feel like you're just using them for a sale. So remember I was talking about the report tab. So as you start building your team, people start joining underneath you. You start sharing the Scentsy blessing with people. Did you guys hear how I said that? It's a Scentsy blessing, not a burden. Okay, so you want to make sure you're asking and that you see this as a Scentsy blessing. You want to be sharing that with people. And as you start building your team, you want to start looking at the ones that are consistently doing sales underneath you. And those are going to be your rock stars on your list. And those are the people that are gonna help propel you to the next ranking. Okay. So it's really important that you get familiar with that report tab. Become an expert at booking parties. Now, there are so many trainings on our training center. There's so many trainings on YouTube. You could probably find a podcast on how to get bookings. There's so many ways to do it. But I'll be honest with you. Remember that bad word I just said to you earlier, the A word, ask? That's what it's going to take. Taking your list of 100, getting out of your comfort zone, stop making excuses for the people, stop making excuses for yourself, and just ask. And remember that other word I shared with you guys? It starts with the letter V, value. Make sure that there is value being presented to the individual that you're asking. If you're not giving them a reason to do it, yes, Scentsy offers the hostess rewards. That's great. But sometimes you have to go above and beyond even that. Okay. So sometimes, especially if you're trying to get like a really good and get into a really good groove, sometimes you got to say, okay, I'm willing to spend $10 to get this party booked. So you guys know we have that perpetual, what's it called? The extra half price item. I can never think of the full name of it. We get the extra half price item with every party order that we put into every party order that we submit. Well, with the extra half price item, you can get a mini warmer. Actually, you could get a mini warmer system. So it would be, I believe, $15, if I remember correctly, to get a warmer and 3 bars of wax. Now, you could offer that to somebody that you would love to have a party for you just for having a party, just for doing a gathering, or just for sharing their link with their friends and doing an online event through Facebook or whatever. You can offer them that $30 gift for 15 bucks. 15 bucks out of your pocket, but that $15 is going to get you potentially $150 in your pocket, because you're going to make the commission from that. And if you're strategic about getting parties booked at those parties, and there's a lot of ways to do that. I don't have a ton of time to dive into that. But one way is to do hostess coaching. And hostess coaching, you're talking to the hostess on a regular basis, and you're asking her, out of your friend group, who do you think would have a party for me? Like, my goal is to get you 2 or 3 parties booked from this party. And if you do that, then I have another gift for you. And it might be like a Scentsy soak. It's out of your pocket, or you maybe got it free for when you were a hostess, but it's giving a little bit to get back. Okay. So these are just above and beyond what Scentsy already offers, but it's a great way to help bring value to somebody else. So offer the business opportunity now. You guys have to get to that place where you stop listening to that voice in your head that says, she's not going to want to do this. Like, who am I kidding? Why am I going to ask her? Her husband works full time. Like, she doesn't have time. You guys, we can make all the excuses in the world for these people. But the reality is, you don't know what somebody needs. You don't know how this business can completely change their life. If I wouldn't have found Scentsy 12 plus years ago, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know where my family would be right now. I don't know where we would be. We were in a really hard financial position. And if we would not have gotten the opportunity to do this business, we would be hard. We would have had some really, really, really hard years. We had already experienced some hard years. So Scentsy, I'm making so much more money than even if I was working my 9-to-5 job because of Scentsy. Because I've been doing this business, and I saw the big picture of building a team and what that would look like, and the consistency of, building a team and helping those people build a team. I saw the big picture, and I was like, I want to be the girl that makes $20,000 a month. You guys, does that sound like a crazy number to you? 20,000 a month? You can do it. We have people in our organization that are making $20,000 a month. So I just want to say, like, we're going to add an income disclosure here with this YouTube video, but I'm making at times over $20,000 a month with Scentsy, and I don't have a college degree. So this, I say this not to boast. I say it to let you know that there's hope, that there is an opportunity for anybody to do this business and really put your family in a position where you guys can soar. You guys can do all the things that you can design the life that you choose to live. You can buy the RV if you want to travel around the United States. You can go on all the trips. You can pay off all your debt. My best friend is a superstar director, one of my best friends, and you know her, Kathy, but she just completely got out of debt, used the Dave Ramsey Financial Peace Program, and on top of that, she retired from her career just last week. I went to celebrate her. So if you go on my Facebook page, you'll see a picture of me and her. But those are the things, this is how Scentsy is changing lives. People are able to retire from their careers, and they're able to just build the life that they choose to build and have freedom. At the end of the day, money is great, right? But money and with freedom, that's the special key right there. And we want you to be able to live your best life, having the freedom to do whatever you please. And you can if you're making the big dollars. But I'm telling you, I had to start off with lead. Kathy Young had to start off with lead. Carrie had to start off with lead. Sharon had to start off with lead. Like, everybody has to start off as an essential, then a certified, then a lead. Like we all had to go through the process. Um, but it's a process that is not impossible to get to the end and have your dreams come true, truly. So last thing I just would like to say is get used to using the products. Like if you're not using the laundry line, like put that on your to-do list to make sure that you get that bundle the next time you have extra half price item, or the next time you have some free products to use. So look at the list of all the things that Scentsy has to offer and make sure that you're using all the things. And if you're not, make that a priority, because it's hard to sell something you don't know about, that you haven't experienced. And some of the best ways to advertise this business and to just share, we say share the business, to share the business is by sharing on social media, sharing how you're using products, not in a salesy way, in a way that actually um, shows people how it's being used. People love that. I can't tell you how many people have just told me, like, I just love how you do social media. Like you just share stuff. You're not salesy. You're not like pushy. You just share stuff. And same with the business opportunity. Sharing how it's blessing your life and make sure you add the income disclosure when you do that, just to protect yourself. But just sharing how, since even if it's like you might feel like, well, I'm only making $100 right now. Well, that $100, if that's buying your paying for your shoe addiction, or if that's paying for a bill that you didn't couldn't pay, not necessarily couldn't pay before, but it's paying for a bill that you didn't have the extra money for before, or whatever it is doing, share it, like show how, and then share the fun that you're having in this business. People are attracted to fun. People are attracted to like passionate people that are just having a good time. So share those things. And even like if I post something, feel free to share what I'm doing. Like share my post and just say, wow, like I'm so encouraged by my superstar director. Look what she's been able to do with her Scentsy business. Stuff like that, or somebody else that's above you. If they've posted something, feel free to share. Like let people know how Scentsy is blessing lives. Um, you're always only one decision away from a completely different life. You guys, you've already made the decision to join Scentsy. Now all you have to do is start to see the big picture and see how this business is changing lives, and see how this business is not just changing lives because of finances. You have a lot of people that join Scentsy because they just need a different purpose in life. They need something different. They've been sitting with their kids for the last 6 or 7 years, and they just want to be able to feel like a woman again, and not just a mom and a cow, like constantly having somebody on their boobie. So some women just want to have female interaction, and some men just want to be able to make some extra income. You guys, this is not just a woman business, okay? So offer it to everybody. And I would just say real quick, we're kind of out of time, but know your why. Your guys' why has to be big. If you have a small why, like I want to be able to pay for my groceries, this business won't get you to that place of this business will only take you so far if your why is small. If your why is to be able to pay off all your debt, I mean, that's a big scary why. That why is going to drive you to do more. Know your value. Like people are going to come along and be haters and say certain things and tell you that this is stupid, whatever. You got to know who you are, your greatness that's within you, and don't listen to the lies. Don't listen to the lies. Build an authentic business. This one right here, guys, this one is big for me because there's going to be a lot of shiny things that other consultants are doing. You do you, boo, is what I say. You do you, boo. Don't, like, you can see all the things, but focus on what makes you happy. Focus on Honestly, the core things are PRV and recruiting and teaching those people to do the same. If you can get those three things down, you're doing real good. You don't have to do all the other things. When I started Scentsy, I didn't do all the other things. I didn't have money to do anything extra. I didn't do samples. I bought catalogs. I bought order forms. I bought new testers when we had a transition kit, and that was it. That's all the things I bought. I think I bought pens and coffee beans for my parties because people needed coffee beans so all the smells could get cleared out of their nose. But that's how basic it was. And you guys, now I have a 6-figure income because of Scentsy, and I started basic. So I'm telling you, be authentic, be yourself. Don't compare yourself to somebody else. Do what makes you happy, and it's okay. And then connect with your community. So we have, Chris isn't on here tonight, she had a migraine, but Chris's group is called the Be Rise Society. They have a great community there. My group is called the Rise Together Society on Facebook, and we have a really great positive space there as well. Find your people, find the people that encourage you, find the people that give you life. It might take a little time to do so, but surround yourself. What is that saying? Something like you are like you resemble the 5 closest people around you, something like that. So make sure that you're putting people around you that are just building you up and are really great support for you. All right. Well, I wanted to thank you guys all for coming on tonight. We have, so let me, in this, it's, I'm gonna, let's see, how do I get out of this? Oh, I have to hit stop share. I'm gonna stop recording, but we are gonna open this up for some question and answers, okay? For those that wanna stay on.